something happened, and they were running around the corner back as fast as they could, screaming to everybody to get out of there, cussing, and they're coming back to jump in the back of the truck. They're leaving their stuff behind and just telling them to start the truck, and jumping in the back of the pickup, and they seeing this creature chasing them around the corner, coming up behind them, and the truck's peeling out to get away from the creek area, and the creature was still behind them, keeping up with them, and supposedly it was even reaching to the point of grabbing a foot from the guy at the back of the truck, trying to pull him out of the truck, and they were holding him so that he couldn't pull him out of the truck while they were accelerating, possibly at 30 miles an hour, while this thing was still chasing after them, trying to grab them. So it was a really terrifying story. The comment was made that that person doesn't even drive down that road anymore, and this was only 6 years ago. So I found that one very interesting. And then on the next slide, same location, a year later, an older couple found there to go fishing. And, the irritating animal is quite different to a young male coming up against a male Sasquatch. You have a different reaction to an older couple or a female. But they went around the corner, same bend in the creek, and they saw a creature out in the water, feeling around with his hand like that, looking for food. Now, whether it was a fish it was catching, there's also a lot of evidence that show that they eat freshwater mussels. We get really big ones. I don't know about up here, but they could be like 6 inches long, 8 inches long, just loads of them for the right period. So this thing was in the water and just kind of surprised and saw them. They just sort of like kind of turned around and just back on out of there. The creature didn't show that. It's just one of those things. But I have not been able to find out who these witnesses were to get, firsthand with it. So those last two are just secondhand. You can go on to the next one. This is a zoom in from those last two reports. If you see the second curve in the creek to the right of the road, that's a deep water bend right there. And that's the location where the one was in the water, and that's about where people go to go fish. They get pretty shallow otherwise, and sometimes in the drought it'll be pretty dried up. But I've been to the location. I haven't gone back as much as I'd like, but there's still a heavy amount of woods there. And I think, as long as we get the rain back and get better water levels in these upper part of the creeks, I'd like to possibly this winter, do some more recon over there with the audio, see if we can get any kind of howls or anything that make me think if they're still on the area. Because the reason I say that is because now that that reservoir was built, you probably have a separation of the historical Bigfoot clans that have been running up and down these creeks. So you may have attached remnants of a creek that lives above the lake. And I don't know that
where you want to detail.
Two separate, because the lake's so large and there's no one around it. That's just kind of a personal thing. I just call this lower chambers because the lake is just a little bit further to the southeast out of view. So this is an area I found just playing with my phone with Google Maps, looking for creek crossings on chambers. And I found a really nice patch of woods where it's like a half a mile wide, just forest, on a long stretch there. And found that there was a county road that ran across, turned out to be an unpaved county road. And that's just down the highway from me, about 12 miles down the interstate. And I started doing a little research there with audio in the last 2 years. And found some interesting things. I believe the next slide will have some audio. I did one of the from a Friday night, 24 hours all the way to the Saturday night, and reset my recorder and stayed there a few hours until we left home. This is the old bridge. Last, about a year ago, we're out in the process of putting in a concrete bridge. That was an old trestle bridge built in 1930. The board were washed out on the other side. It was really just a cool, stupid little spot. I go down there, I still go down there and go fishing and just hang out. I've never spent the night there though. It could just be a matter of, do I do it by myself or not? Yeah, I'll say we can early to get up and just go down there and spend the night. That's, come on, we'll go. Just let me know when you want to do it. That weekend I did recordings. I picked up so much stuff. One of the things I picked up tonight was to never use that recording. It sounded like a little girl. There's a lot of weird stuff. And I wasn't even looking for anything like that. I ran across it. And then I researched and found out that I found the body of a little girl there in the street in the 70s. It had never been dangerous. That's just a little off topic. That happened all the same week in our school. 24 hours straight recording. But we can go on to the next slide. This first one, if you click on it. Some late night people. This is just some people that came at 1 o'clock or 2 in the morning. I don't know what happened to them. Something. Next slide is from, that last one was from Friday night, Saturday night recording. This is the next night where we're sitting down there again. And my friend Mike, the text look, handheld parabolic pointed upstream at my recording. It's a bridge right here.
No, it goes out of a car window. The
We had
decal.
mistakes happen in 2009, we listened to down in there, first time it's in, and I'll have those recordings coming out, but we went back and try to recreate that scenario, and he lived, a little bit to go east, and I had to go west to go home, but we left on the bus night to here. We came out, drove two different directions. As soon as my cell phone service picked back up, because everybody knows all the good what you're getting with your cell phone service. But he had one across the road right in front of him. So it was rolling in, and he was calling me just still all freaked out and kind of cussing. So it was his second, I guess, sighting that he's had. It's been quite a few years since the previous one. But it happened on my birthday. He gets to see it, and I didn't. I've only had the audio encounter close up with the thing like I'm on out here. That's I haven't had it. So what we usually do is we'll go in here and we'll just do some listening. It's regulated, it's a wildlife management area, a lot of rules, part of the time it's closed. There's sections there that are not wildlife management area that are basically nobody can go in there, forbidden zones that are owned by the power companies, river authorities and all that. But what it is, it's like 13,000 acres of prime deer and hog-filled wilderness. Got everything, every species that ever lived in modern time is still down there. I can promise you, it's very healthy. There's timber rattlers, there's big cats, there's just loads of everything. We kind of just treat it like it's a little bit of a squatch habitat or sanctuary, so to speak, because it's got regulation and very limited access. So we feel like it's a long-term, it's a good area. As they are there, I mean, you got a couple pinpointed that have been visual sightings from the road behind the dam, looking out and seeing some. The lower pin is an oil field worker, B.F.R. report from 2009, where a guy's run out of the, well, he's in there doing some late night, I think the water they use for oil and gas production. He's going in there at night and sees what he called a werewolf, you know. It scared the devil out of him. He was at least 7 foot something tall. He saw it on the road and stood up, vocalized, and he was in a big rig truck, and it was even with his eye level, and it ran off, and the guy was real shook up. I picked up a couple of reports from Corsicana police, who are most man that they grew up around, told stories of a crossing right there on the highway. Found another report on Bobby Short's, late Bobby Short's, Bigfoot Encounters page. Had a real bizarre report. It was claimed to be on this highway 30-something miles west of Palestine, Texas. Well, it was a real strange report of a truck driver slamming on the brakes because he sees something in the road, an animal, and as soon as he's doing that, he looks and he sees like this big Bigfoot. The same kind of stories you heard earlier, where it's coming out and picking up the baby that's in the road and pulling on it like it's pulling back like it doesn't want to behave. And he's just kind of seeing that, and then he hears something, and he looks over, and he's in his rig, and he sees what is the female, the mother apparently, to his left, looking at him, because he was describing her, you know, her breasts and such, like she was a nursing mother. And this, you know, she was over 7 feet tall. She was eye to eye. He had a big beard, he describes. It's a very strange report, but the details very strange. She looked at him and she said, yeah, it was really weird, okay? I mean, normally I was just going to blow this report off, but, you know, she was reaching through the window of the truck and touched his beard. And it was kind of a weird thing, like he was, she had like a look at, thank you for not running over my baby kind of deal. And it was weird. He said he put his, I don't know, put his hand out and maybe that may have touched his hand or something like that. It was just a little bit out there. But when I went back and I was looking at the miles, I backtracked how many miles from Palestine, Texas on the highway to put it right at my research location, at the river. And I just couldn't believe it. I said, I was going to blow off the story completely, except until I found out where it happened, because location context makes it believable and not right away, or at least
least, you know, a better chance of being real. And it put it right here. So I could easily put a dozen sighting reports in here and the numerous things that we've heard, which I'll have a few samples coming up. You go to the next page. This will just show some of that area. This is a wildlife management road. There's several miles of it going in. You can get the next. This was during a wetter time. It was, I'm sure it didn't look like that. It's kind of summer. It was all dried up. Go ahead. There is some palmetto and stuff. It doesn't look like it's only an hour out of Dallas. It looks like you're in Florida, somewhere in the swamps. It's pretty stark difference. Go ahead. And then some of those, like I said, all those woods will flood when the river crests out. Because you'll see there's a high water mark on that tree. You can see it's about probably at least 4 or 5 foot off the ground. It's pretty far in between. There's a few years in between floods that size, so you can go to the next one. This was a stick structure that Michael and myself ran into on the north part of that region. It was smaller sticks, but they were just stacked up, leaning on each other in a weird way. And just one of those things you find. It just didn't look natural. It wasn't as big. We have found other structures, and you know, you saw in the other presentations, we have found X's and breaks and things in the area. This particular one, I just wanted to show as an example, but not just well on that aspect. For the next page. This was in that same spot. There was also some formations on the ground. I don't think it fell like that. It's like there was sticks lined up and stacked and laid over. It kind of looks similar to what you saw earlier. So then we have one standing up and we have stuff down. So what does it mean? Not real sure, but we do see odd manipulations, you know, state to state to state, over and over again, repeatable mysteries of the branches. You know, and we find reports and sightings and we hear vocalizations, so there's some connection. Let's go to the next one. This is just an example of one of the hog carcasses we ran across on one trip out there. There's some colossal size hogs down in these bottoms that blow your mind. This was a good size one. That's the size 13 shoe right there. You can go to the next one. Then there was this. There's no cattle run in this area, and this got cast actually. It was a 6.5 inch by 4.5 inch hog trap. So I'm not sure how big that is, but I'm thinking maybe over 600 pounds, possibly. I've seen some. Just this last fall, I saw a boar that was probably this tall, that was as wide as the vehicle, maybe 5 foot long. Next slide. This was a timber rattler, a nice healthy one. It's one of my old hobbies was herpetology, so I like seeing the snakes and lizards. I used to catch them and keep them for pets. I just take pictures now, or I'll pick them up sometimes and take a picture. But this guy was right in the road. He was about 5 feet long, and